Pickacard, Strange Things People Love About You. This is a special collaboration with Divine Soul Oracles. Here are your options, and I'll see you at your reading. Hi, Pile 1. My name is Grisel, and I'm here to do your reading. Pile number 1, Strange Things That People Love About You. You chose this image on the right-hand side of the screen. And Pile 1, this is a collaboration with Divine Soul Oracles, the beautiful Tony Lynn. Her portion of the reading is going to be hidden talents and gifts that aren't fully manifested. So make sure you go see her link as well. I'll put that in the description box below. Pile number 1, I filmed these, oddly enough, backwards. I did 3, 2, and now you guys. But for you, I didn't get any trend. I don't know why. I'm going to say that I brought this out for you instead because you needed something special. Not that the other 2 piles weren't special. But I'm going to say pile number 1, strange things that people love about you. I feel like you are somebody who is definitely in touch with your emotions. Based on the image that you chose, the downloads I got had a lot to do with being artistic, I feel. But I also feel like you might toil late into the night. You might be doing projects, you might be studying, and people want to get a glimpse into that world. I feel like I keep getting privacy, like there's this big, you know, do not enter kind of a thing, or red tape around you, and you like your privacy. But I feel like people want that illuminated. They want to be a fly on the wall in your home, that kind of a thing. Not because of anything more than they're just curious about you. But I feel like it takes a lot for people to be able to be allowed into your lair. Why do we put it like that? Why am I like that? Pile number 1, strange things that people love about you. Let's get a little bit of tarot here. We have not the 8 of Swords again. This was in another pile. The 8 of Swords. Scooch this over. We have the 4 of Pentacles. Told you. I told you. We have the 6 of Cups. We have the 10 of Swords. That could be why you're extremely private. Pile number 1. We have the Star. Okay, that makes perfect sense. I feel like pile number 1. Let me just get the channel messages first based on the image, because we are all over the place. And I'm going to decipher this because I don't want you guys to be burdened by that. So first of all, channel messages were you could be really good at doing different accents or voice impressions, or perhaps you have the ability to mimic people and get them down to a T, including their mannerisms. You could be quite telepathic and have people say, hey, I was literally just thinking about that. You're very empathic. I'm feeling the Page of Cups vibe. If I were to pick a court card for this, I'm feeling theater. You are sensitive. You're in tune with your inner dialogue and emotions, but I also feel like you have the ability to hear a lot of what other people are thinking, like telepathy, basically. So there's a thing here with like glasses, eyeglasses, currency. You could be somebody who actually collects different kind of coins or different currencies throughout the world, just because you like how they look, or it's just a thing. I don't know, something that was coming through with money for some of you guys. Keep in mind, these are general messages. This is not a private reading, like a one-on-one personal reading. So strange things that people love about you. You could have like a lot of like pictures of social media connected to hotels, Airbnb. I got downloads for advertisement. So maybe you kind of dabble and mix it up with advertisement, marketing, things like that. But you're definitely a collector of something. I don't know what that one thing necessarily is. It's going to be different for all of you. And I also feel like you have healing hands. You're a natural healer. And people could gain a lot of comfort from you. The download I'm getting is people are like drawn to you. You're definitely an old soul. People want to they want to peek into your real life, your private life, the life that you hold and withdraw from other people. So you're a natural healer. And also some of you guys are into sound frequencies. So it could be healing frequencies. Maybe you utilize different hertz in order to do different things. Maybe you just like music. Something about that. So pile number 1. Strange things people love about you. So I feel like you can get in your head quite a bit. People want to know what you're thinking. The fact that sometimes you feel a little bit, I don't want to say stagnant, but a little bit immobile, like I don't know what to decide, and your wheels are turning and you're not saying a darn word. You're not sharing, hey, that I'm stressed, or hey, that I don't know what to choose, or hey, I'm overthinking, or, you know, you have the propensity for making really great decisions. And I feel like you've suffered much through betrayal, maybe a lot of endings that have put you in a situation, and there were harsh endings, by the way, they put you in a situation that you have withdrawn into yourself. You're not as open as you used to be. I'm definitely getting the High Priestess vibes that came up in pile number 2, by the way. But I feel like the endings that you've experienced were so harsh. I feel like you were viciously attacked verbally for most of you, or something about you just wound up making you fold into yourself a little bit. So I don't want to say it's like an insecurity. We're all insecure about all different things, but I feel like it could have to do with you just kind of withdrawing your energy completely. Maybe you do a lot of self-soothing. Maybe you're on the spectrum as well, and people love this about you. Maybe you don't realize that when you're doing your self-soothing and people are stimming, and people really love that about you as well. You keep things really close to your chest, even like confidences of other people. If they share with you, I feel like people share with you and they're like, oh my gosh, I was having, okay, I'll give you an example. Pile number 1, this is awful. I don't think they watch my channel anyways, not by a long shot. Hi, squirrel. But I was at this party one time, and this young man sits next to me and he starts talking, and it's just a monologue completely. And it was a nonstop talk. And then somebody tries to interrupt and go, hey, can you, check on this and that? And he goes, well, hey, I was just having a really great conversation. I'm like, dude, it was great because you only talked about yourself. And yeah, I just thought that was really amusing. But he felt really engaged. He felt really connected with me because I was an avid listener. He had a captive audience, essentially, because he sat on a little couch that I was sitting on. But he felt like he was having a good old time, and I was kind of like, can you pause for breath? That kind of a thing. Sweet person. But yeah, so you could have a lot of that. A lot of people coming to you and giving them giving you a lot of, well, this happened to me. And like a patient the other day, she's like, let me tell you about my day. Let me tell you what it took to get here. And I finally realized that, she really had to tell me. It was on her heart. And unless I was empathetic and an avid listener and patient with her, I can totally just kill my sale. I mean, and it's not just about the sales, but it would have broken a bond, and because I did all of those things, she felt very connected, and I took care of her because I did, the logistical side of things. I took care of that for her. And I reassured her and gave her a lot of resources, and gave her insight into some other issues that was a big cause for her problem. And I was also able to share on the medical side a little bit of her prescription. Because anyways, that's neither here nor there. The point is, I feel like people really love that you listen, that you really process things. And 6 of Cups, I feel like people come to you and they feel like they know you. Pile number 1, you have that like a little bit of like grandma vibes, a little caretaker vibes, and I don't mean that disrespectfully. I mean, don't y'all, most of us love our grandmothers anyways? Or I'm talking about the quintessential TV grandmother of, oh, come honey, I'll make you a little cup of soup or whatever. The caretaker, I feel like you could be the caretaker of the friend group as well. And people just know this about you. You are an old soul and a younger body. I feel like people could really be intrigued about the type of photographs that you take or the type of photographs that you have. This reminds me of the the stuff that I've made on canvas. So, pardon me, maybe you do a little bit of like digital art, could be, right? But you could have some unusual glasses. You could have some flair for the way you dress. You could be very poised as well. You could like dancing. Maybe you like to dance flamenco or like ballroom dancing. All those things. But these are things that people find quite fascinating. Whatever it is, even if none of those things apply, you have an incredible stage presence. I feel like you are definitely in the public eye, but you try not to be. So I feel like people are drawn and you are meant to shine. You are meant to be seen because you have a lot of healing. Once again, you have presence and healing in your heart and about your energetic and auric field. And because of this, we want to know more about you. And yet, you know how they say when you wish upon a star, they always kind of quintessentially show that as somebody staring wistfully up at the stars, literally, and not saying a word. And then you wonder, well, what was a wish? You know, we all want to know, what is your wish? So pile number one, maybe perhaps we even wonder, what is your wish? But I feel like you guys are the popular loners. You don't want to be the popular people, but you're very well sought out. I feel like you need a lot of downtime to decompress. You get in your head quite a bit, having a hard time with my throat chakra. So maybe, sorry, I'm still recovering. Maybe you guys also have a difficulty at times in expressing yourself. And it could be part of this because somebody has dimmed your light or tried to you. And I feel like this has been done multiple times to you with this 10 of Swords. I feel like you were pretty free once upon a time. And yet maybe people try to pierce your wings. They betrayed you. They try to clip your wings. They try to dim your shine. And even your beauty. I feel like you could be attacked for your beauty as well, because that's what the flower to me symbolizes. I feel like you could have even like a nice figure and things like that, and people have attacked you for it, the way that you present yourself. And I also feel, pile number one, that people love to be around you because not only do you have that star quality, that hearing quality, but that you're very real, you're grounded, you're not narcissistic about things, you're humble, okay? And life humbles all of us, right? I'm all quoting Hemingway, and that was not even a Hemingway quote. Pile number one, strange things people love about you. We have the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, you're very careful in how you distribute your time, your energy, your money, and things like that. And I also feel like people come for you. They like to get a little rise out of you because you're so private, so hidden about what it is that you love or things. Mostly because maybe you've been mocked, or I don't know, you've been taken from, like people have wanted to take you down. And people love this about you because you come across as still loving, like a caretaker, like I'm going to do things for you. And yet you don't realize that you have star quality, a star potential, that people really look up to you, that maybe even perhaps you share the things that have gone, quote, wrong in your life. And I do have a philosophy that might be a little bit different. Pile number one, I feel like things happen and we can, get better, not bitter. We can show up for ourselves and continue growing even when nobody is rooting for you. And pile number one, I feel like you are that person that you are in the audience applauding for other people, but what you don't realize is that you yourself are being applauded with this star right here. I do feel like you have a desire that needs to be brought forth into the world, that needs to be manifested, that you are maybe thinking about, that you don't really want people to see, but it's got to be seen because that's how it works, Spirit says. Pile number one, I feel like you're quite, I don't want to say conflicted, but you're very, very different. Kind of like one of the other piles if you were drawn to that. But I love this. I feel like there's a lot of peace within you. You bring a lot of peace and healing and soothing to other people. And you're incredibly generous. But when it comes to sharing about things that people might use, that's what it is, that people could use to weaponize against you. You're like, nope. you have to earn that trust. You got to be around for a million years, and then I got to think about it, and then I got to rethink, and then I'll give you a little tidbit, that kind of a thing. So people might feel like you are a little bit emotionally withdrawn, emotionally stingy. Please don't take offense, because I am that too. I'm just going to say with my own feelings and emotions and things like that. So you could be, again, that popular loner vibe. Pile number 1, strange things that people love about you. Not the devil again. Are you a little bit obsessive? Because I'm getting a little bit of like obsessive. I feel like you could showboat a little bit if you needed to. And I do feel like the showboating happened maybe in your younger years and people came for you. For some of you guys, I feel like your own family kind of broke you down. And so your showboating volume is dialed down, if that makes any sense to you. But yeah, I feel like people strive to humble you. And that's why you're not necessarily wanting to be out in the public, because you've been hurt by people that you thought you could trust the most. And it wound up being, you know, a massive mistake. Well, massive lessons, I should say. Pile number 1, you could have that tendency to really command a room. When you walk in a room, you have a lot of presence. And look, you have the Star and Temperance here. So pile number 1, I feel like you have incredible stories that you really share only to help elevate other people. You know, one that I share quite often on these channels is, oh, by the way, this is my second channel. My first channel is called PsychicMD, where I have over 700 videos for you to peruse. I do have September 2020 giveaway, 2020, girl. September 2024 giveaways in each community tab if you want to check those out. Yes, you can enter both. But with the Temperance card right here, I feel like, yeah, you bring out your pain, your experiences, things that have happened to you, things that have changed you, right? Things that have defined you in order to help other people. I feel like you're very giving. You're very generous in these things. And there's no need to like be announcing things. Oh, this happened to me. And, you know, why would you? But I feel like if you see somebody having a hard time, if you want to really bring them up, I feel like you'll share things like, you know, the things that I share on this channel sometimes, where I put myself through rehab several times and it was not court mandated, but I wanted, you know, I wanted to grow. I wanted to be better. And I feel like people listen to you. People absorb and take things in. And when you share things like that is so profound, it is a life changer for people around you. And that's why you, pile number 1, are actually the star, because, and you have star quality, because the things that you say, the things that you speak really touch people on such an emotional level that they're impacted, incredibly impacted. Strange things people love about you. Yeah, you are definitely connected to the other side. You're very psychic. You be clairvoyant. You have the ability to go deep. You have the ability to look at your own emotions as well and analyze them and kind of sift through and see, hey, is there anything I need to work on here? Because that seemed kind of out of line, out of proportion. My reactions seem a little bit much. So maybe there is a little bit of a red flag I need to attend to, that kind of a thing. Pile number 1, you take family very seriously, or whatever you call family. It could be blood family. It could be friends or adoptees or, you know, coworkers, things like that. But whoever you bring into your inner sanctum, your inner circle, your lair. I don't feel like you have a lair, but I do feel like you have propensity to like a little bit of dim lighting or mood lighting. I love moody lighting. When I go to restaurants and stuff like that, I'm more apt to, if I'm feeling fancy, super fancy, go for the vibe versus the food, if the truth be known. Swanky places. Anyways, so 10 of Cups. Yeah, but I feel like you bring about, I'm hearing felicity. I don't know if that's a name, or I feel like you bring a lot of happiness to people in unusual circumstances. And I feel like, yeah, it's rare that you like go out and hang out with people and do things, but people feel still loved and cared for by you. They just want to know more of you. And the giving part, I feel like that's a final stage before you actually really achieve your full glow up, is giving more of yourself. Which is ironic, because I'm like, do as I say, not as I do. Pile number 1, We have the King of King of Wands. What? Yeah, so the strange thing that people love about you is your ability to almost entrepreneurial skills. Almost turn anything into a business. Another example of mine that I can give you is that I feel like I can, draw up a business if you give me ideas on like what you're good for, what you're good at. What are you good for, pile number one? Everything, darling, everything. But pile number one, I feel like you could be like myself. You could have like an ability to brainstorm and bring out a whole bunch of different things that people would never have thought about, and that they're really cohesive, and you can develop like loose plans, like chunks of information, and people can actually take those things. Like, I've given to my son's stepmom. I'm like, here, several times on different occasions for different reasons. But with that, they can run with it, or they can take pieces of it and piece it together and make it their own, or they can take it as a template, or they can discard it entirely, But I feel like you have that ability to bring about like businesses that are completely off grid, so different that nobody would have expected, but an incredible hit. And I feel like what people love about you, strangely enough, is your passion. The way that you speak with passion and the way that you withdraw, you like let your light shine, and then you get shy and you withdraw. And pile number one, I resemble that remark. So if this is you, I just want to tell you are dearly loved. I do see where you want to elevate in your ability to give to other people. And that has a lot to do with your trust in yourself. When you're able to trust a little bit more in yourself, knowing that, even if people wind up, because you can't control other people, right? But people, even if they wind up like abusing the information or whatever, I feel like you'll never be at this point again. So pile one, this wasn't like a pep talk, but here we are with your personal pep talk. You've undergone a lot of hardship, a lot of pain, a lot of sorrow, a lot of betrayals, and all of these things. I feel like you're utilizing it for the good of mankind. Yeah, very healing, very loving. I feel like that is why people are drawn to you, is that you understand on a core level and with a depth that other people just can't touch. But I feel like if you start slowly giving more of yourself as you see appropriate, you're also going to see that you have the skills to spot the red flags, right? You have the ability to notice when things aren't necessarily going the right way. You have maybe even the propensity to notice body language, right? Micro expressions and things like that. And I feel like you'll never be in this place again, naively giving your heart away. And those that are guilty of misconduct, that's exactly how I heard it. You will deal with it accordingly, because now you have the skills and the ability to withdraw your light, withdraw your energy, withdraw your healing, and say, okay, well, that wasn't respected and you're not a nice person. And yeah, well, good luck to you. And you can kind of pivot and change and continue on being you. Never again will you be stuck in this dark, dark place. And I want to clarify, I always say on this channel, being in a dark, dark place has massive benefits. That's how babies are created, in dark spaces and dark places. And I'm not talking the X-rated part of it. I am talking about, little babies growing in the womb and how they continue expanding, and they are covered by that darkness, right? And I feel like you've undergone a lot of growth and a lot of changes and a lot of connectivity. And this is what we love about you, is the ability to soar high as the star and to go deep into the ocean, deep into the emotion, deep into the psyche. And you guys are a lot my intellectuals as well, very connected with what is that word? I don't know, like body language, being able to read people, things like that, being able to read a room. Psychology was a word that I struggled to find, and here we are with it. So pile number one, that's what I have for you. And don't forget to go to the reading that the beautiful Tony Lynn has for you, Divine Soul Oracles, where you'll find out about your hidden talents and gifts that aren't fully manifested. Much, much love to you. A round of applause for you for doing so good at everything that you do. I just want to encourage you, continue being the light, because we need you to shine. We need to see you. We need more of you. Much, much love to you. Until next time, namaste.
This is the police. Emergency, emergency, paging Dr. Beats. Emergency, emergency, paging Dr.
Pile number 2, strange things that people love about you. So I have my notes here, and I don't want to quite show you because I actually have drawings that make no sense. But anyway, to me. Pile number 2, this image that you chose with the guy looking fly, by the way, immediately gave me fashion. Fashion. So maybe you're a fashionista, but here are my downloads. You're more on the quiet side initially. You surprise people with the diversity of your attire. Not only do you pull off a very different look and many different looks, but you might upcycle your attire as well. You could pair a skirt and boots and quickly revamp some of those pieces into clothing that looks entirely different, a whole different look basically. Think creative, think artistic, think authentic. Trendsetter, people may copy your vibe or try to, including your makeup, your hair, your wigs, or even how you carry yourself, your speech, the cadence, other mannerisms, and things that you are specifically known for. I do feel pile number 2 that you are edgy. Perhaps you like to role play. You have an interest in shibari, rote play, or cosplay. Most of all, pile number 2, I feel like you're intelligent. Incredibly, incredibly intelligent. You can have quite the shoe collection, by the way. So let's get into your other messages, your tarot now. Pile number 2, this is my second channel. I do have a first channel. It is called PsychicMD, where I have over 700 videos for you to peruse. If you feel like you'd want to, go and check that out. I do have September 2024 giveaways on each respective channel in the community tab. Pile number 2, strange things people love about you. We have the 8 of Swords. We have the 4 of Wands. We have the Fool. We have the David. We have the Page of Cups. And we have the 9 of Swords. Interesante. Let's see if we can get this all on camera here. So pile number 2, the first thing that really came to mind is how this is confirming my initial channel messages, the shibari part. And this doesn't necessarily have to mean that everybody's in shibari. Keep in mind, this is not a personal message. I do have those available on Etsy. This is a general message. Pick what fits and discard the rest, okay? If nothing fits, that's fine. You can watch something else. But with the 8 of Swords right here, this is talking to me about bondage. This is talking to me about loving maybe even vintage style. Maybe perhaps you do have some pretty cool shoes here. Maybe you like strappy things like that. Or, you know, those harnesses that you could wear under your clothing that look like, they look like part of the clothing. They've got straps and they can make patterns like stars or like a pentagram or whatever. I guess I should have put up a picture of that, but that'll be a lot. You could be somebody who likes that, and that could be unusual in the circles that you hang out. The 4 of Wands here. So we have the ability to build, but I feel like something, you might be very quirky the same way that I opened up with the trend. I feel like this has the, you know, emergency, paging Dr. B. That kind of a vibe. But you have an ability to really like start things from scratch. And maybe you are known for moving quite a bit, but you like your home, your stability, that kind of a thing. Then we have a desire to jump into things. I feel like you're loyal. I heard loyal to the foil, so maybe you're one of us. I don't know. But we have, that's pretty cool. The Nimbus right here being portrayed sideways. And I have the Fool 2.0. You are ready to go, baby. Look at this feather right here, indicative of maybe you've got a letter or something like that, or you receive messages and signs from above. And things mean something, like a feather can mean communication from the other side for a specific family member. So you have little idiosyncrasies like that, chances are, that really make people kind of surprised, And also, pile number 2, I feel like people think that this is coming out of left field and they're surprised that you're going to go do whatever this thing is, whether it's jumping out of a plane or cliff jumping, things like that. But you have a loyalty to not only yourself and your cause, but to other people. And I feel like when you say I'm in, there's no backing down. You're in, baby. Pile number 2, we have the Devil. Strange things people love about you. What? Not the control. So we, this person has they're both in cages, obviously. Now, this man has an open cage. Well, actually, lady does too. That makes perfect sense now. I feel like you have an ability to kind of orchestrate a room. You could be a little bit like the master of ceremonies. You could be a little bit of a mastermind that you can kind of get people together or kind of push them in a general direction to receive an outcome that you're wanting. So there's a little bit of a quote devil, unquote, mastermind behind you. At first glance, I feel like people don't really realize this. Also, I feel like you know how to push people's buttons, which really equals the same thing. We want to get them to do what we want to get them to do, right? And knowing how to push people's hot buttons, or in other words, be a puppeteer, can be of great value, but it could also be abused. So I don't condone that behavior, but I'm just saying it's part of humanity, unfortunately. Pile number 2, I feel like people do like to see that because, for example, going back to this card, sorry, if you have, you could be that coworker that you like to push the boss's buttons, and then all of a sudden you guys are like, fine, okay, we're going to get lunch, here too. Or you could be somebody that develops a strategy, and then all of a sudden, people are like working together, or the opposite, people are not working together, depending on the outcome that you're wanting. So same thing. But pile number 2, we have the Page of Cups. And I love how this one is, she's totally got like a head fish and she's sitting on water. And then you have this one jumping out with a massage. Not a massage, but could be. So we have Page of Cups right here. And this is about messages of love or an apology, or any message that's going to elicit like something of an emotional nature, right? And people, I think, are really surprised, but they love the fact that you're very, emotive? I feel like that you're very expressive, that you freely express how you feel. If you love something, you're going to do it. If you don't, you're going to also express that, and people are going to know. And you sit in that and you're okay with that. So it seems like you have a lot of polarization to your character, because you could be quite the fashionista and dressing for every occasion, and be quite unexpected, a little bit like that wild child, that untamed feminine energy. Don't have to be feminine. We're just reading energy right here. Now, this is interesting. Strange things that people love about you. You could be someone that suffers from anxiety. And it's interesting that people would love this about you. But I feel like for the most part, because you're very, I don't want to say you're a showman, but maybe you're a little bit of someone that we like to observe you. We want to observe. We want to see what you're doing. I heard we want to absorb you. Let's get closer here. But in this image, I feel like this little owl is telling us that she's highly uncomfortable, that she is stressed, that she is experiencing some form of anxiety. And maybe perhaps even you could have really pretty feet. That could be highlighted as well. Or something about your feet could be noteworthy here, okay? With the Nine of Swords, yeah. So I feel like you could even share with people, yeah, this kind of stressed me out after all these events, and I kind of pushed some hot buttons, and then I was left stressed. Was that the right thing to do or not? And people really love that about you because it humanizes you. All of a sudden, you're not necessarily a puppeteer or a mastermind and taking risks and doing all these things that are like, wow, pile number 2 has such confidence, but you are actually human. You're very much like the rest of us. And we love that because you have emotion and you show it. And you also have this part of you where you're like, gosh, I wonder, or this kept me up at night, or I was anxious about it, or I was concerned. And you go into a little bit of a self-protective mode, but I feel like you're open with that as well. And that's something that we really do admire because, once again, it makes you touchable, okay? So something about your energy tells me that you are quite a bit untouchable and unpredictable is the thing. I feel like if you're single, people want to come towards you, but they never know quite what to expect, and they can't get a baseline read on you. So you know how when you meet people and you get a baseline read, it's like, okay, well, I kind of got what you're about, and then you can read their character, their emotion, or whatever. I feel like it's very difficult for other people because maybe perhaps you have a really good poker face, but then you wind up telling on yourself, right? I don't think you realize quite the charisma that you carry and how every word that you say is almost like people are hung up on it. And I think that if you do think about that, it might even stress you out. Pile number 2. We have the 7 of Cups. And I just saw the number 1111, which is a nod to this card right here, which tells me, you know, a lot of like stability and foundations. You could be developing, forging your own foundations and things like that. But you have a lot of options. If you're single, people, even if you're married, partnered, whatever, it doesn't make a difference. You have a ton of options and people see you quite often. Look at this dog, how cute. Daydreaming. And you could be somebody who loves dogs, right? You could definitely be somebody who maybe carries ideas and worries it like a bone, like you chew on things and come up with conclusions. And you're like, well, I have a ghost dog here, or I have a dog bone in this cup. Which one do I want? I got the reef and I got a little chameleon, or I don't know what that little creature is. But with all of this green, I love this. I love the outfit. Guys, love the outfit. I'm just going to say that you could be perceived as very loyal to your ideas, to your ideals, to what it is that you're creating. I feel like you guys are my creators, inventors, entrepreneurial spirit for sure. I love the green because I feel like this tells me you have dedication, you have loyalty, and your heart chakra is warm and open, and that you entertain things that other people would poo-poo. Yeah, they're like, what are you thinking about? That's like way out there. And you're like, nope, let me show you how in there that is. Yeah. All of a sudden I got that thing with, I'm not trying to sing more for you, but here we are. But I'm like, ah, woo, whatever that song is, that old song. I don't even know the words, but it cracks me up. So you guys could be, you know, really affiliated with the moon. You could definitely have a lot of downloads. You could be intuitive is the thing, right? You could be very in tune with the emotions of other people. You could have your own emotions, but most of all, I feel like you're in tune with spirit. And I feel like number 1313, that's how you get your guidance. The number 13 tells me a little bit, because that to me is, you know, the death card. And I feel like you've had some really big changes. You made some really big moves, and it's all based on these ideas and ideals. Sometimes you tend to second guess yourself. What is going on here? I love this for you. Pile number 2, you are quite magical. And look at all the white. I'm telling you, you are my sharp dresser. I'd love to see your outfits. Let me know if this is like hitting, but if it's not, well, you know, sorry. I feel like you're the magician. People expect great things from you because you bring great things out of nothing. And what I mean by that is, again, you might find like things on the side of the road and then upcycle them and sell them for a pretty penny. And people are like, I had no idea you could do that. And wow, I kind of want to do that too. You, pile number 2, are an incredible inspiration to the rest of us, because I feel like you take everyday things or people's weaknesses or whatever, and you flip it on its end and you make it into something grand. And I think you do this seamlessly. You could love to dance. Your body movements, even when you walk and things like that. I mean, look at those expressive hands, right? Oh, and this one. I feel like you could have expressive hands. I talk with my hands quite a bit. probably all know, because if you watch instead of just listening, you would see that. But we have the Two of Pentacles right here. So yeah, you're a magician. You're constantly creating and manifesting things. And people want to know, how are you doing it? But look at this ostrich balanced on an egg, balanced an idea, on a notion that no one else has. I mean, nobody births an egg. Can you birth? Do you birth an egg? No, you lay an egg. I don't know. Whatever. Nobody has an egg and thinks, let me just stand on top of it. And on top of that, let me juggle. Let me juggle two equally important things to where I can drop them both and lose my coinage, right? But you do. I feel like there's a little bit of a showman in you, and I love this for you. I feel like that could be quite a passion for you with the Ace of Wands and the road less traveled, right? I feel like you grab onto things that really seem to have nothing, no merit. This is giving me, it's reminding me of that lady on social media that she posts things for her mom. Her mom does all these elaborate, beautiful kind of paintings, quote unquote. And what she does is she picks up leaves and debris off of everywhere, basically. And she comes and she makes a composition of it, but she never tacks it down. And it could be this beautiful, you know, whimsical scenery of like a woman's face or a girl walking through holding balloons or whatever. And then you tilt the paper and all of the leaves get shaken down. It's very temporary, but it's heartfelt. It's beautiful. And I feel like, yeah, you have a passion for the road less traveled. You have a passion for birthing things into being, for, again, showmanship, for bringing things into life, and great vitality. And people really love and admire this about you. Pile number 2. Strange things people love about you. Oh, I was feeling that I should have said it here. Strange things people love about you. I don't know why we would consider strange, since we're on this channel and we're about, you know, downloading messages and stuff like that. And presumably you guys do too. You're probably like tarot readers. Maybe you're a tarot reader. Yeah. Maybe you get downloads and messages from spirit. Maybe you're a psychic medium and you have to quite shield yourself from other people's energy, from the other side and from this side. You could be empaths as well. You could be channelers, but something about your throat chakra here is very prominent. And I feel like you're very graceful. Maybe even when you speak, your speech is very beautiful. It's smooth, it's graceful. And most of all, the thing is that when you are speaking, you are downloading straight from above. You could be into like the Grabovoi codes. I can't ever say that word, but yeah, all the light codes, light language, maybe, if that's your thing. I don't know. And people get really fascinated with you. They want to know, what do you know? Because the high priestess is she who knows. She or he who knows, the keeper of secrets, right? And maybe you are selective about keeping up with, you know, tuning the rest of us in, basically, on what it is that you are seeing. Because you have great vision. You have an ability to see beyond your average Joe, what your average person can see. Also, I want to say that you might have really kind of long fingers with beautiful hands. Something about your hands or the way that you utilize them to express yourself is very captivating. So I don't know. Overall, I feel like you have incredible grace, and I love this for you. So if you like this kind of reading, do give me a like, share, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. If anything stood out, again, keep only messages that resonate with you. These are not for everybody. Much, much love to you. And go check out Tony Lynn with Divine Soul Oracles for your second portion of your reading. Much love to you. Namaste. Pile 3.
Wow, you can really dance. Wow, you can really dance. He said, pop, pop, pop. He said, pop, pop, pop. They said, we bumped Benetti all the time. What a coincidence.
Hi friends, my name is Griselle with Toughdolltarot, and I'm here to do your reading. Pile number 3. This is a collaboration with the beautiful Tony Lynn from Divine Soul Oracles. Thank you for collaborating with me again. I am so excited. She's one of my all-time favorite readers. So after this reading, please do go ahead and follow the link I'll drop below. She has a reading, and hers is going to be hidden talents and gifts that aren't fully manifested. Now, for the first portion of your read, pile number 3, I channeled your messages, and my notes are messy, so I'm going to read them off camera. The first thing that I'm getting, my stomach's like wilding, by the way. First thing that I'm getting is strange things that people love about you, or people love these things, but they would never admit it. People get easily jealous of you, but can't help love you. They just love you. You're multi-talented, you're skilled at strategy. This includes games or the game of life. You closely guard your privacy. You're naturally drawn to foreign lands. And the first thing that I channeled was Egypt. That was being highlighted. You could be multilingual. Doesn't make a fuss of your gifts or talented. You have great humility. And that's part of the draw. Pile number 3, the strange things that people love about you. You're philosophical. You're a philanthropist. You see the big picture and you have big ideas and ideals as well. I'm hearing motorcycles and writing, unusual hobbies. You might even be part of the spicy book talk on TikTok. You feel a little bit oppositional, like Velvet Steel or the butcher that knits for charity. You might be into mandalas or be able to identify cycles and patterns, and easily cracks the code in mysteries of life for yourself and for others. Now, I also got downloads that you work, look at my cheat notes. You work with numbers, you have an aptitude for numbers, and you can see cycles and correlations there as well. Some of you guys may have a cat. I see someone playing a guitar and singing as well. And a note to myself, never again try to draw musical notes. So pile number 3, you are very diverse. I feel like a mixed bag, but the biggest thing that I got, if I were to really correlate your energy with any of the court cards, I would definitely say like the King of Swords, Queen of Swords vibe, right? Hyper intelligent, maybe a little bit quiet, incredibly witty, the ability to cut with your words if you need to, but definitely you get to the point. Pile number 3. As far as your cards go, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah. The strange things that people love about you as your charisma is your charisma. So look at how she is sitting with one arm on that side of the wheel, not afraid that when that wheel turns, hey, it's going to turn her upside down, right? But she doesn't care. She's just sitting there all nice and cozy, waiting for the tides to change, knowing that if she really focuses on the center, she actually won't mentally, emotionally, and spiritually spiral out of control. It's only when we're on the outer skirts that we're, taken in by the ups and downs. And I'm being led to think about a business. So if you guys have a business, I feel like you're well aware that sometimes things are going to really ebb and flow. It's going to go super really great, and you might have some months which are not so great, things like that. And what you're looking for is an average, and that's where the numbers come into play. The number 10 can be important to you. You could be on the upswing of life currently as well. Pile number 3, you have temperance. You have an ability. Ooh, alchemy is a word that I'm hearing. Your third eye is popping. I feel like you have a mastery. You could maybe even do some beautiful footwork if you're a dancer, that kind of a thing, which really explains the download that I got on the trend that I'll insert later for you guys. But yeah, so I feel like, somebody can have a black cat. I feel like a black cat when I was channeling, but any color cat really. And the temperance card, I feel like also has a lot to do with having a history of maybe potentially overindulgence or doing things in such a way that you had to kind of right your wrong ways. So you've lived life, basically. You've seen the tough stuff. And now I feel like you're incredibly grounded. I feel like you have a great EQ, like emotional, what is that called? Oh my gosh. Emotional intelligence. Grisel, it's only like 5:30. No. Hi. Okay, pile number 3. You have the 6 of Cups. I love this. So cute. So I feel like people really love the things about you is that maybe you know how to celebrate, but your idea of celebrating is quite different than other people. You might have a little bit of a longer nose or wider nose or unusual nose than other people, but also that your memory is intact. You might wear glasses. People love about you is your artwork, anything that you may collect and things like that, that you attribute back to a memory. People find this really endearing about you and actually surprising because somebody who comes across as like really no nonsense, straightforward, not messing around, that kind of a vibe. You're surprisingly tender in the heart, which really isn't surprising because if you think about the Queen of Swords, she is notorious for being somebody who has lived a life that perhaps she's divorced or widowed or unpartnered typically. And the vibe about that is that she's been hurt in love. So she keeps her heart a little bit on chill, on ice, withdrawn from the view of the public, but her heart is definitely there. And she severely protects it because it's so tender. And that is a misconception about pile number 3. And people love this about you because I feel like you could be a diamond in the rough, right? You could be rough around the edges. You could be somebody who says, well, you know, same thing I said before. You could speak with a little acid in your tongue, that kind of a thing. But people love that you speak the truth, that it is concise, and that you have the balls to say whatever it is needs to be said. Pile number 3, you have the World card right here. And I love these cards. They're so cute. With this World, this little fox is balancing on a little vine, and he's just kind of wearing, you know, yoga appropriate pants, kind of, but business casual. We don't know what's going on here. I feel like you can even do your own ensembles as far as clothing goes, and it simply works for you. I also feel like pile number 3, the strange thing that people love about you is your ability to withdraw and you go within. I feel like you can do it at the drop of a hat. You could be meditators, you could be yogis, any of those modalities, but I'm also seeing the mudras being highlighted right here. So you could do energy work and chakra work and things like that, but people love that about you, that you will straight withdraw your energy, and you do it quite often. And I feel like the more that you pull away, the more that people are magnetized and they draw closer to you. Pile number 3, the strange things that people love about the what's up, baby. We have the Hierophant, your connection to the highest, whatever that is to you. You're deeply connected to spirit. You're deeply committed to your spiritual journey. But I get is it Flashdance vibes? Where yeah, they did that dance. She did this dance with water, and then they poured a bucket of water over her face, and she almost drowned her. So goes rumors. That's a long time ago. But pile number 3, the strange things that we love about thee is your ability. Maybe you have really long legs, or when you stand, they're very poised. They're very different. I personally am like, you don't need to know this TMI here, but I'm double jointed at the knees as well. And so if you look at the periphery, sometimes you'll see my knees kind of popping backwards. It looks kind of weird. So something about your legs can be really intriguing to people. Also about your feet. Maybe people are intrigued with your feet. And this appears to be like an old radio, that kind of a thing. So maybe perhaps you really enjoy a lot of, I'm getting, what is that? The groups that do shown tune, they did like I'm a Creep. Oh my gosh. Anyways, it's all like vintage, and they'll reel it back to like 1920s with a modern song, like even Billie Eilish and songs like, you know, music like that. But they'll sing it with a 1920s or 30s vibe. It's a whole theme, a whole vibe. If I recall, I'll link that as well for you. But I feel like the strange things that we love about you is what gives you pleasure. Okay, that's kind of suggestive. That's not even what I meant. Pile number 3, you could be really saucy. What am I seeing here? Is that a bird? Or is that it's a squirrel jumping from tree to tree? So your heart chakra is very open, and what gives you pleasure I feel, is actually a key to really inspiring other people to change, to grow, and also for other people to get in touch with the Most High, with Spirit, with God, with Source, whatever it is that they believe in, with Buddha. I don't care. You get the gist, okay? With these two keys, I do feel like you have a following. You might be like a reluctant teacher, or somebody that really magnetizes people without even wanting to. And this might get on your nerves a little bit. I feel that sometimes. With the number 5 being reflected right here, pile number 3, I feel like you inspire people to change by simply being you. You inspire people to really see that, yes, they can go back to what they originally wanted once upon a time in their own personal story and bring out those elements and merits that they had that they abandoned within themselves a long time ago. And they also have that ability to tune in and tap in to the other side of the veil, that kind of a thing, and make a commitment to self in order for progress to happen. Pile number 3, if you're liking this kind of reading, do give me a like, share, comment, subscribe. Don't forget, this is my second channel. My first channel is called PsychicMD, where I do have over 700 videos for your viewing pleasure. Now, this video is going to be a little bit longer. I guess that's my disclaimer than my typical ones on this channel. So that is fair warning. I'll probably put that in the description box. And you're wondering why these guys are here, but I will show you shortly. Don't laugh at me. Pile number 3. Strange things people love about you, but won't say. Maybe even they cannot articulate it. The 8 of Cups. I feel like people love, there we go. People love the way that you view your past or your ability to really make an assessment. Am I emotionally fulfilled? No. Well, then I have to pursue my happiness, my emotional fulfillment, and that's where I'm going to head towards. And you take whatever it is that's salvageable and you make a journey in order to follow the 8th cup, which is your wish fulfillment. Pile number 3, I feel like you help people see that the sun can rise in dire circumstances. I feel like you could be the unlikely cheerleader in people's narrative. I also feel like even with this giraffe, she has a taller view of most. And people do come to you for your line of vision, for your perspective, for the way that you think, the way that you analyze, the way that you identify. Once again, circles and patterns. Patterns being identified. Pile number 3, we have some cool shoes. We have the 2 of Wands, and we have keys being reflected here. So I really feel like you have at least 3 keys that you really share with people simply by being you. I feel like you're about your business, minding your own business, and this is a path that you've come upon, and now you're into this like beautiful checkered, I don't know what goodness is going on here, or vice versa. You unlocked this door magically with your wit, with your connection to source, with your ability to identify patterns. And you're like, I'm open and I'm free. Okay, I'm hearing free falling and I'm free falling. But I feel like, yeah, another reference to a cat right here. I feel like you're seeking freedom and you're seeking just wider pastures. And I hate to say it that way, but some of you guys are like, let's say, retirement age or somewhere abouts, or maybe you're thinking of making an incredible huge jump as far as your profession goes and things like that. And I feel like the things that we love about you is that not only are you quirky, and some people might not even understand you initially, but the cool part about that is that it helps people embrace their most authentic self. I feel like you were brought onto this world, onto this set, if you will, right? This set, sort of like the Truman Show, in order to bust through the Stepford Wives narrative. Even Weeds. Do you ever watch that show where in Weeds they had the beautiful intro, and they would do it with like different songs, but they would, you know, all be driving out of the driveway at the same time, and it seemed very orchestrated. And I feel like you have the ability to break people out of that because they are sick of it, not because it's wrong, but because they've lost parts of themselves, because they've sacrificed for an ideology that is not even attainable, and also that they've abandoned the best parts of themselves. Pile number 3, I feel like ultimately you are the incredible humanitarian personified. I feel like you are that person that opens up doors, that you show portals and doorways to other people in order for them to live their most fulfilled life. I feel like you could be quite vocal. Tons of green in here. So I'm going to say palette number 3 that you have the ability to really warm people's hearts as well. It's that I feel like they have to get over the I heard ick factor. Don't take it personally. We're reading for different people, and, you know, take the messages that fit and toss out what doesn't. But I resemble that remark. Pile number 3, I feel like a lot of you guys have a clear understanding of where you stand, how people view you, and you could care less because you're comfortable within your own energy. Pile number 3, the things that we love about thee. Yep, you have the mastery. The mastery, and I'm hearing that walrus thing, and you're like, come hither. Come on over to this side. The side where things make sense, the side where you notice all the patterns in people and you easily crack codes for your own life, and you elevate and you upgrade and you transcend. Come with me to the side where things are different. They're not quite normal, where oddities are embraced, where differences are praised and even exalted. Pile number 3, you have that energy that you help people embrace themselves in a regal manner. And I'm not talking full of thyself. Pile number 3, I'm not talking narcissism. I'm talking a genuine enjoyment for your own abilities that you were born with, that you've developed, and that you worked hard for as well. The things that give you joy. Pile number 3, I feel like you're in the phase in life, in a time in your life where other people are enjoying them too. Now, some of you guys also could love Green Day. That's a thing for you. I love Green Day. What else do we have? Yeah, you bring balance. You bring fun and introspection. Pile number 3, the strange things that people love about thee is, in fact, the heartache that I aforementioned, right? That maybe perhaps you're a songstress or a songbird, or you are drawn to music that really evokes a lot of emotion. It's deep. I'm thinking like Amy Winehouse. I'm thinking, yeah, Billie Eilish, or I don't know. I'm not thinking right now. But with all this blue, I feel like you speak about your heartache. If people can get close enough that they get over their fear or of you, their intimidation of you, that's what it is. People feel intimidated by you. I feel like you really share where you have walked in life, the different shoes that you have actually put on, the different outfits that it's taken to get to where you are, the heartbreak that you have suffered, how you've overcome them, how you actually don't really hide them. I feel like you're somebody who will speak clearly and concisely about that. And this is why, by the way, pile number 3, I feel like you draw people that want to dig dirt up on you. But the interesting part is that you're like, well, just ask. I mean, it's here. One example I can give you, TMI, pile number 3, is that I put myself through rehab several times, and it wasn't court mandated. And I had people say, no, you're fine. And, you know, you don't have a problem, that kind of a thing. But I knew, and my soul knew, and I did what was good for me. So that could be something that you share freely. And people are really shook that you would be like, what? You're that humble that you're going to share with me? Your trials, your tribulations? Gasp, you went to therapy? Say it isn't so. I mean, like, or here's the thing is like pile number 3, I feel like people are shocked that you would admit things like that, you know? I mean, everybody does it. Everybody goes to therapy sooner or later, hopefully. Hopefully, if you're on my channel, you're a frequent flyer of therapy. I'm a big fan of it. But I'm going to say, palette number 3, that the way that you share your past hurts and things like that is something that really makes you tender, and other people get drawn to you because I feel like you create a safe space in order to listen to them as well. So I feel like you're the one that you're going to share if there's a need for it. but you'll be brief. You're not going to take over the narrative or the conversation with your own story, as some of us do, right? And I'm going to say that you just provide a space in order for people to be heard. And this is a strange thing that people can't really articulate that they love about you. Pile number 3, I know this is a little bit of a longer reading, but keep in mind this is a collaboration again. And do tell Tony Lynn that I said, hey, I love her channel. She's amazing. Pile number 3, we have the Ace of Swords. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. I feel like you lend so much clarity. I feel like you help people to feel at peace after interactions, after walking away with a conversation or a session with you. It doesn't have to be a real professional session, but they could walk away feeling healed in some way, shape, and form. I feel like you paved the way for clarity for people around you. And I feel like it's been hard earned and hard won. I'm getting a ton of energy on my crown chakra. And with that, I'm going to have to share the trend that get me out of bed and I had to kind of work on before I came to do your reading. So that is the end portion of your tarot cards. Thank you for watching.